Hi, it's Jill from Jelly Bean Studio. Welcome to the channel where I share junk journaling and art journaling projects and ideas. In today's video, I am going to work in my altered book. I have been having a lot of fun making backgrounds, and in today's video, I thought we could make some spring-inspired backgrounds. I have some brand new printables that are in my Ko-fi app that are free if you want to download them and use them in your journals as well. I also have these adorable die cut style stickers. The only thing is, and I absolutely love them, my sister just gave them to me, so that was so thoughtful, but they're a little bit thick. They have all of those layers of cardboard. So what I've done so far in the last week and a half or so of journaling is pull them apart. They're kind of easy to pull apart. You can see the layers and then try to just glue down the top layer or two. That's the thing with these altered books. I'm trying, although if you've seen some of my latest videos, you know it doesn't always turn out that way, but I'm trying to not totally chunk them up, but if it happens, it happens. So anyways, pulling those layers off, I may use those die cuts later in the video. Not sure yet. And then I took this little vase from the printable and doodled with a micron some random whimsical flowers and took the Tombow blue brush pen, did a little bit of a shaded sort of scribble over it, and then took a wet brush and did a wash over that one. So I think that will be a cute, probably a really good journaling card that I'm going to put in the journal at some point, because I do love to do a little bit of memory keeping and jot some notes about what has happened along the week. These are my new printables. Oh, I already cut some of that out, friends, so I'll show you the ones that aren't cut. These are some fun spring vases. I think they are very whimsical. You could add your own flower doodles and greenery to them. And here's some cut collage elements that you could add to your pages as well. So I hope you enjoy those in your journal if you're interested. And I think for me, I'm going to be using a bunch of the vases today in the Journal with Me session. I did make them in a bunch of different sizes depending on, I don't know, what the layout might be. I wanted to have some options there. So we'll see how this goes. And I thought I would start out with the Tombow brush marker. I made the little crescent moon the same way with the blue Tombow brush marker. I don't know exactly what color this is, 912. It sort of looks like a cantaloupe orange. And then I'm going to go over it with a little bit of water so that it has more of a watercolor wash look. I don't know about you, but I find doodling and cut paper collage very relaxing. So when I am ready to journal, simply making doodles and backgrounds, whimsical flowers, patterns, to me that is really one of the most relaxing kind of journaling that I can do. All right, so I think those are cute. In some way, we will use one or the other, or maybe both, in some cut paper collage. I'm going to go ahead and cut these out. Yeah, so the star is a little bit wet still. I think I'm going to put that aside to dry and I can touch up the edges. I'm going to grab a few more of the pots, and I'm thinking I probably will draw flowers directly on some of the altered book pages. Maybe I'm going to grab one more. Let me think. Okay, I think I'm going to grab this little pot to have a few more options. And I think some of the doodles, what I'll do is add the collage elements to, and then others, I think I'm going to pull out the acrylic paint markers and do some whimsical flowers and doodles that way as well. So what supplies are you using in your journal lately? Are you drawing? Are you painting? Collaging? What do you find relaxing? I think sharing this doodle session with you, I feel pretty chill. I would love to know what calms you and helps you with self-care or enjoyment and fun in your journal spreads as well. All right, I think we have a good start. Gonna get the altered book out. Kind of play along, test things out. There on the left is the pot with the star, and that's where I first got the idea to doodle the crescent moon and then the star we just did. Now this page I'm considering as a good page to put a tip in and maybe use, I don't know, maybe use that vase as my journaling card here. I don't really have many pockets. Sort of missing that junk journal pocket and tuck spot effect in this book, but right now, again, I'm gonna try to limit the bulk of it and see how I do. I'm also thinking about that circle on the left from my printables, and the more I look at it, it's kind of calling to me, friends. I think we may make a flower. This is a fun part for me of the journal with me session. I don't have a plan. Let's see. I think I will make that a flower. That will be a nice big flower, because right now I have a lot of sort of straight up and down like that stem, and then I have the vase where it's kind of very vertical. So maybe, oh, I'll make that chubbier. If I make a really big flower. When I was a little girl, my parents let me choose my wallpaper and they were the most giant pink and orange flowers you had ever seen, and they gave it the green light. I don't know. They honored my I think second grade self. I don't know. So every time I make big flowers that pop from a page, I tend to think of that. Okay, and see how opaque the solid quality to these acrylic markers. It really does cover over that little green stem that I put down earlier. We'll do another little one on the top. Yeah, I like that. Mixes it up a little bit. Whimsical is the theme. That's what we're going for. I actually probably could use that whimsical up on the top right from those die cut stickers my sister got me. I don't know. Maybe I can include some of those in. Or this word spring. I do kind of like that. And right now there's a lot of bits and pieces on this page. Again, I feel like I'm simply layering, I'm making backgrounds. There likely will be no finished pages today. Oh, pulling out the star again, I don't know. The little fern. Do you do this? I test a lot of things out. Sometimes I walk away and just leave them on the desk for a while too. That works. I actually think I like the two little pots together. And one nice thing, this glue stick is almost done, by the way. This is not very gluey. One nice thing about these pots, even though they look very similar, is it's so easy to go over them with paint markers, whether you have any kind, Poscas or these Sharpie Creates. All right, I guess I'm feeling the cantaloupe colors today, friends. I don't go to oranges that much. How simple though. Folk art flowers, whimsical flowers, layering them on your pages. I think it's really playful and adds a lot of fun on your journal page and is simply a lot of fun to do. Get some black in there. I like that. I am very much looking forward to the end of the month. I have some really fun things, I think, coming up. I am going to share in an upcoming video a new art adventure that I started in the fall. I'm really excited about that, and these folk art flowers are kind of reminding me of that. So I hope that I think it's in the beginning of April is when I will be sharing some of this new art adventure. And it's one of those things that I think we all get to a point in any art or craft that we want to try something new. So I took a big plunge, friends, and I'm excited to share more of that with you in the beginning of April. So there'll be a video coming up. I think it's the first or second week of April, where I'll show you some fun and new art projects that I tried. And I love the whole journaling community, art journaling, junk journaling. There's always something new and something to share among ourselves, and also something new to learn. And I really felt this fall that it was something that I wanted to try, and I'm really glad I did, because like any new adventure in art, you don't know how it's going to go, and I really enjoyed it. So anyways, I look forward to sharing that with you in the beginning of April. All right, I think we have some cute little folk art flowers, whimsical flowers. Use some of the pots. I'm not sure how much longer I am going to journal in the session. Here's some more of earlier pages I've done, but I'm really thankful that you stopped by the channel and would love to hear your comments about what you're enjoying and anything else about art and doodles that you would like me to do. Please let me know, because that is definitely my jam and I would love to share more. I think I'm going to end with this whimsical crescent moon, and let's just put it in a pot. Why not? I do need a new glue stick, friends, though. That one it's almost at the end. I'm going to trim this down just a little bit more. I think it's a little bit big. And I'm not sure I'm going to use any more of these die cuts at this point, but I keep eyeing the word whimsical. I also am looking at the word dream, but I'm not sure I want it in the copper color, so I may change that up. This is a pretty metallic gold. I think I will outline. I'm gonna have to turn the book. Do you do this? I can't. I always have to turn the spread that I'm working on when I outline big things like this. I'll line the top a little bit. Add a few more asterisk style stars. Yeah, I think we're close to done. I like a crescent moon in a pot. I do lean into the folk art and definitely the whimsical in my journals, but I think I'm going to go in now, and instead of taking the word dream from the sticker die cuts on the left, I think I'm going to go in and just, yeah, I'm going to write it in. So I hope some of these ideas were helpful to you, and I hope that you are enjoying whatever you're doing this spring in your journals. The printables will definitely be up in my Ko-fi app for free. Again, we are currently March 2025, and I will definitely keep them up all the way through the month of April. All right, I think that's going to be it for today. Fun spring collage and doodles. And some new fun printables to work with this spring. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.